Am I the asshole for marrying a man who proposed to me while I was on the toilet? It's not as bad as it sounds. My friends are just obsessed with that part, I think. Fake name. My fiance, 32 female, Peter, 30 male, had arranged a candlelight dinner in a hotel room. There were flowers, rose petals, and music. This was my favorite dinner and my favorite dessert. Peter was in a tuxedo. I was wearing a dress. The evening was so amazing. While I was eating, my IBS started acting up. I ran to the bathroom. It was mortifying, but at least I was comfortable enough with Peter to allow him to come in. I was apologizing for ruining our evening while I was on the toilet, and he said, "It's okay." I felt like he wanted to ask me to marry him the whole evening. I told him I love him, and he said, "I love you too." I told him, "I'm sure you'll take care of me in sickness and in health." That comment made Peter smile, and he got down on one knee. I didn't care that this was the situation. I was just so happy to say yes. I felt like he maybe wouldn't have asked that evening if I didn't say the in sickness and in health comment. I told my best friend Kate, 33 female, and my other friend Bailey, 33 female, I told them the truth. Kate said it's weird, creepy, and an asshole move on his part. I explained that he likely would have put it off if I didn't mean the health comment. Kate said that I was desperate and that I should have some respect for myself. Bailey said if I thought Peter would ask another time, then I should have let him ask another time. Before talking to them, I thought it was the sweetest proposal story. Now I feel like an asshole who caused my amazing fiancé to have a terrible story. Am I the asshole? Update and further context. The proposal happened on Friday, and I had been holding off telling my parents and Peter's parents. Both sets of parents live in different states. Tonight, we told my parents first via video chat. My parents are Bob, 58 male, and Susan, 58 female. My mom is a massive fan of romance, and I knew she would ask about the proposal. Peter and I told my parents the whole proposal story. My mom was over the moon. She said proposing like that is better than any idea she had. My dad said it just proves the love Peter has for me. My mama asked if she can tell others, and I said sure. I had asked my mom to be my maid of honor. After getting engaged, my pick for maid of honor was either going to be Kate or my mom. I didn't pick my mom to spite Kate. I'm not punishing Kate. Kate's initial reaction to the proposal story would just make her being the maid of honor awkward. Plus my mom is so happy with our union, and she would love to plan a wedding. Then we told Peter's parents via video chat. His parents are Chuck, 55 male, and Linda, 59 female. His parents really appreciated the comedy. Chuck thanked us for giving them the gift of telling that amazing story, if we're comfortable with that. I told them we're confused. Linda said she's so happy for us. Peter told his father that he wanted him to be the best man. Lastly, we told Peter's sister Juliana, 27 female, via video chat. She had her father's sense of humor. Hope Kate and Bailey will be bridesmaids. I've been best friends with Kate since 9th grade, so the disagreement wouldn't ruin our friendship. Further update. Kate and Bailey both agreed to be bridesmaids when I asked via message. Kate apologized via message, and she also sent me a video of her apologizing. Kate said she appreciates that I'm still letting her be a key part of the wedding. She said that after several days of thinking about the proposal, she realized how loving it actually was. She said if she had IBS, she would appreciate a guy who treats her like the way Peter treats me. Bailey apologized via message. Her apology was brief, and she admitted in it that Kate told her to apologize. Jesus. Am I the asshole for telling my sister I don't know if I love her after finding out about her 5-year-long affair? My sister, 32, moved in with me because she got pregnant 5 months ago from what she claimed was a one-night stand. I love my sister, so of course I took her in. My husband is overseas for 6 more months, so it was nice to have her around because I care about her very much. On Monday, I came home and saw my sister and a strange woman in a screaming match on my doorstep. I obviously don't know what was happening, but I saw the woman poking my pregnant sister's shoulder, so I intervened. I sent my sister inside, and she begged me to send the woman away. I didn't understand what was going on, but I wanted the altercation to end for everyone's sake, so I told the woman as much. Then she started screaming, asking me if I was also sleeping with her husband. I was like... Then she basically revealed that my sister had been having an affair with her husband for 5 years. She had everything printed out. Chats, photos, emails, receipts. It was disturbing to see, and I didn't want to go through it all. A few things were established. My sister knew about his wife. She knew she was the mistress and liked it. This woman was a stay-at-home mom to their 4 kids, one of whom has a severe disability from a car accident. Her husband knew about my sister's pregnancy and even took her on a baby moon to celebrate it. The affair had been going on the entire time, with my sister believing he would eventually leave his wife for her. My sister had fully embraced the role of being the other woman and was emotionally invested in their relationship, despite his repeated lies about leaving his wife. I told the woman I was very sorry and obviously didn't know, but I called her to leave because this wasn't going anywhere, and I didn't want the neighbors to call the police. She was furious, but gave me her number on a post-it, begging me to not let her husband stay at my house. I assured her that no man was stepping foot in my home. My sister was begging me to not believe this woman, calling her a vindictive ex-wife. I told her, all right then, let's look up the marriage online. Let's see if a motion for dissolution of marriage was ever submitted. My sister kept saying I would never understand and that they loved each other, but he just couldn't leave his wife. Blah, blah, blah. I called her dumb and naive. The next day, I told her she could stay here because I didn't want her to become a financial burden on that woman in any way. But I also told her that, right now, I didn't want to engage with her. My sister asked me if I still loved her, and I told her honestly, right now, I can't say I do. I will always help my nephew and not endanger you, but I can't like you because you've shown me you're not a trustworthy person. I told her I didn't trust her and not to try anything with my husband, and I didn't trust her with anything at all, so I made her sign a tenants agreement. She's been begging me to forgive her, and I told her that there's nothing to forgive. I just don't know who she is anymore. Am I the asshole for considering leaving my wife who cheated on me 15 years ago now that our kids are in college? My wife cheated on me 15 years ago. Her affair lasted a couple weeks. I was really hurt at the time, but we also had twin daughters who were 3, and for me, my kids were my utmost priority, and I did not want them to struggle at all. So I decided to stay with my wife, who followed all the reconciliation steps. It took me a couple of years to regain my love for my wife after she spent a lot of effort to better herself and our relationship. I have never forgotten the affair, and my wife cheating on me was always in the back of my mind. It's been 15 years now, and our marriage is not without its ups and downs. But we've also gone on vacations, do date nights often, and our relationship is still pretty romantic. Our daughters turned 18 a few months ago, and they are both in university now. I'm really proud of them, and I could not be happier. Now that they're both in college, and now that they're independent and entering adulthood, I have been seriously considering the possibility of a divorce. As a parent, I think I have done my job, and have done my best to raise them in a loving home. I do love my wife, and if I ask her for a divorce, it will completely blindside her. But I still haven't forgotten my wife cheating on me 15 years ago, and it will always be in the back of my mind as long as we're married. Would I be the asshole for considering a divorce?